How to overcome your fear of failure in cinema. When I initially started learning cinema, the first person I worked with, he wasn't exactly my mentor, but because I worked in films with him, I got to learn a lot about filmmaking from him. But when I started making my own films, since it was just the beginning for me, my films were not so great. Now, when I look back at them, I myself laugh. But back then, it wasn't so easy because my mentor was very critical about the entire thing. He used to be hard on us, he used to scold us a lot. As a beginner, it was overwhelming to deal with that. Many people who worked with him got angry because of his criticism. But for me, my focus was on getting better at filmmaking. So I kept learning and growing despite the taunts and harsh feedback. Similarly, when I acted in one of my friend's direction project, a big director from the industry criticized me on a state level TV channel. Even then, I decided that I would just focus on learning and keep growing. And even now, when I create content and put it out publicly, people criticize me big time. Some comment on my pronunciation, some find other things to point out. But I have realized something important. When we put our work out there, criticism is inevitable. But the bigger realization is that failure is inevitable too. Because when we start, we won't be great. We will probably start at a stage where we are just decent or even bad. But gradually, we get better. Gradually, we improve. If we are scared of failure, we will never be able to get started. And if we never get started, how will we ever improve? It's completely okay to fail in this field. It's a creative field, and in a creative field, there will be multiple failures. But all we need is one success. That one success will supersede all the failures. That's why we need to keep moving forward. If we win, great. If we fail, no problem. We move forward. That's how you have to approach it. Otherwise, we won't be able to make films at all. Now, the question is, how do we make sure that we keep getting better and overcome this fear of failure? There are some key steps doing this. The first thing is investing in learning. Invest in learning with people who can give you clarity on how to handle failure. Because as long as you are learning, you are not failing. You are just learning. The only real failure is when you stop learning or quit. But if you are learning, there is no question of failure because every experience teaches you something that helps you move forward. So invest in learning, get proper mentors, people who can give you the strength and courage to learn and keep going forward rather than getting stuck because of failure. The second thing is accepting the reality. In the cinema industry or any creative field, not everyone will like our content. It's just how things work. So instead of trying to make content that pleases everyone, focus on creating what truly resonates with you. Keep working and gradually you will find your kind of audience. If you try to make everyone happy, you will go mad. Because not everyone is going to like your content, and that's completely fine. The third thing is to start only after evaluating and preparing for the worst. Many people don't realize this, but sometimes the worst possible response can come from a film. People might hate it. They might criticize not just the film, but even other things related to you. If you are mentally prepared for that before starting, then even if a few small failures happen, they won't shake you. You will be able to keep moving forward without getting stuck, without getting hurt. Another important thing is to listen to great filmmakers and their stories about failure. We often think that big filmmakers have always been successful, but that's not true. Even the biggest names in cinema have faced failures. When you listen to their stories, you will realize that failure is a part of the journey. It will give you the confidence and courage to keep going. Next, don't give too much gap between projects. Start your next one as soon as possible, as long as it is in your control. When people fail, they often spend too much time overthinking and regretting it. And if that period is too long, they can go into a negative spiral that's hard to come out of. But if you keep yourself busy, keep working on new projects, and don't leave space for overthinking, you will be occupied with creation instead of regret. Of course, sometimes we don't have control over how soon our next project starts. In that case, at least focus on learning something new. Keep your mind engaged with growth rather than getting stuck in negativity. And finally, surround yourself with the right people. There will always be negative people, people who talk more about failures, people who criticize and try to bring you down. But if you consciously choose to be around the right people, people who uplift and support you, then whatever the world says won't matter. Find people who can pull you out of a bad phase, who can help you move forward. If you have the right people around you, you will be able to continue this journey happily and successfully. Now, let me share a story from my own experience. I have done so many film projects. Some films that I expected to go viral did not, while some that I never expected reached a lot of people. One of my recent works, a short film called Virgin Vaishali, became viral in 2021 and got a great response. But after that, we made another amazing film called The Biggest Tea. I was really excited about it. I enjoyed making it, I learned a lot from it, but the genre and treatment of the film didn't work so well with the YouTube audience. So the views were much lower than what we expected. Now, if I look at the numbers alone, I could say this was a failed project. But when I showed the film to my community, to people I know, and when I spoke to them personally, they loved the film. So for me, it wasn't really a failure because I always focus on moving forward. I was able to take this in my stride and keep going. And I also believe that good films will eventually find their audience. Even if not immediately, in the future, people will discover and appreciate them. This mindset gave me the strength to keep moving forward. So success and failure, they are both just part of the game, guys. We have to be okay with both and keep moving forward. Now, here's your assignment for this video. Take some time to listen to your favorite director or actor, someone who you deeply respect. Specifically, search for their opinions about filmmaking and failure. Listen to how they talk about failure, how they faced it, how they handled it. This will help you get inspired and give you the courage to get started. And if you're serious about learning and growing in cinema, join our community. We have an amazing space where people like you, people who are passionate about filmmaking, come together, learn and support each other. If you want to be a part of this journey, make sure to check out the details in the description, click the link and join our masterclasses. We'll take it from there. In the next video, we are going to talk about something very important, how to find out if you are talented enough to be a filmmaker. Because a lot of people don't even get started because they keep questioning themselves, am I really good enough? So in the next video, we are going to dive deep into that and give you the clarity you need. And if you found this video useful, make sure you subscribe to the channel, share your thoughts in the comments below and hit that bell icon. Your comments and feedback inspire us to create more content like this. And subscribing ensures that you will be the first to know whenever we drop valuable insights on filmmaking. So go ahead, hit that button now. Alright, see you in the next one. This is Vihaan signing off. Thank you.